Like, and this is not even inconvenient to literally anybody. It's just, you know, people want to be mad online. Like, one of the most common methods of protest is blocking traffic. The reason being because, especially if like you're tactical and what traffic you're blocking, you can start harming the cash flow of the state and a variety of companies for which you're protesting the inaction of, you know? That's why you do it. And there's going to be a lot of like just people commuting from their job to go home or vice versa. They're going to be stuck there, but it is what it is. If you don't want to be stuck there, like the people protesting, if they didn't have to protest, you wouldn't be stuck there, you know? I don't know why you're getting mad at the symptom instead of mad at the problem and the inaction of it. Like, protests are a symptom of a broader problem. They occur because of that broader problem. And the protesters are trying to make the problem not be a problem anymore. Like, you're on the wrong side. What do you mean they damaged the Stonehenge, bro? Bro, what do you mean damage it? They're like putting fucking dust on it. It's cornstarch? Is cornstarch damaging to this type of stone that the Stonehenge is comprised of? Listen, man, you won't be able to enjoy Stonehenge without a planet, alright? So, like, pick a struggle, really. It's harmless, washes off with the rain. Like, literally pick a struggle. Why are you gonna care about some jackasses protesting against inaction on climate change by fucking putting cornstarch on some rocks? Why are you gonna get more mad about that than, like, the fact that at some point, we're all gonna fucking die, man. Jesus. That's crazy. Like, I don't get it. Like, am I supposed to care about this? Like, I feel like the average reaction to this would be like, huh, that's kind of crazy. And then you move on. Like, I don't feel like most people are seeing this and are gonna feel one way or another about the issue of, like, climate change, regrettably. It's just gonna be like, wow, that's crazy. And then you keep scrolling. I feel like if you actually have an issue with this, like, if you feel some type of way, like, against the people who want us to not let the climate get fucked, I feel like you were already cooked to begin with, you know? And, like, if you see this and you're like, okay, yeah, maybe I will look into the org or look into ways that I can try to pressure the powers that be into giving more of a damn of leaving a habitable planet for younger generations. You know, maybe I would be more interested in doing that after seeing that. Like, that's fine. I just don't understand, like, getting mad about this. I guess, like, if the Stonehenge is your comfort character, then content warning, but otherwise, who cares, dude? They wouldn't do this if we had fixed the issue of climate change. That's true. Like, instead of putting the cornstarch on Stonehenge to try to make it so that our planet is habitable in the future, if that was already good, like if the climate change issue wasn't as much of an issue, because like the powers that be were actually putting in place policies that would make it so that we don't destroy the planet, motherfuckers would just be doing this because like Snickers removed the dick vein from the candy bar, you know? And at that point, then it's a bit ridiculous, you know? But I mean, it is the case that like the only reason that you're gonna do outlandish shit like this is because normal ass protests don't work anymore, regrettably. Like, protesting has been so commodified, and many policies and laws have been enacted in an anti-democratic and anti-free speech capacity that have made regular-ass protests a lot less effective. And this is to say that regular-ass nonviolent protest has always been relatively ineffective, because it's usually been a group effort, you know? A diversity of tactics that has achieved any kind of aims that people were protesting for. Like, you have the protesting in the street in the normal way that people expect. You have that going on, and you also have people that are, like, doing a bit more, you know, for lack of a better word. And it's usually both of those powers combined, like Voltron, that actually make change happen a little bit. And the majority of the time that any change is going to happen is if you start to threaten the cash flow of a variety of industry leaders that are doing things that are hurting people, you know? Like, it's literally Juneteenth. As I'm talking about this, the emancipation of black people and Africans from chattel slavery was not achieved peacefully. It's not even done, mind you, but like the step that was made that was good, i.e. the ending of chattel slavery by the 13th Amendment, like that was not achieved peacefully, brother. And in fact, it's not possible for it to have been achieved peacefully, because by definition, slavery is not peaceful. Like, the violence is already being enacted. And at that point, a proportional response would be trying to emancipate yourself from that in kind, you know? Obviously, the ideal would be that you could achieve all of this with, like, non-violent protest. I wouldn't classify this as violent, but, like, even, like, demonstrations like this, the ideal would be, like, you wouldn't have to, because, like, you could just sign a petition and bada bing, bada boom, it's fixed or whatever. But that's not how the world works. That's not the world we're living in, man. The USA was not achieved peacefully. It wasn't even achieved. It's been downhill, brother. Yeah, nobody has considered, what if Stonehenge is actually like a portal to hell? And they're just trying to stop you know, all manner of demons from coming out and wreaking havoc on the mortal plane. You ever think about that? Yeah, you're not so outraged about them putting cornstarch on some stones now, are you? Cheeto dust will close the gates to oblivion? Oh yeah. I don't get it, man. I try not to be nihilistic about this shit. But like, there's a lot of people who be like, oh my god, they're doing... Oh, there you go. And they realize they're the worst thing that's ever happened to environmentalism? It's like when they got mad at these people throwing soup on a painting that was behind glass and not even damaged from the act. It's y'all motherfuckers are wanting to defund the arts anyway. And making it so that people can't create art anymore because you allow for a society that forces all people to be in a constant, like, 60-hour work week to keep the economy moving. So you can get your fucking jalapeno poppers at Applebee's. Like, we're not gonna get any more Da Vinci's, man. We're not gonna get any more Beethoven's. We're not gonna get any more Picasso's. We're not gonna have any more Sistine Chapels painted because nobody can fucking do that shit as a job. Rich people aren't paying for artists to do crazy shit like that anymore. So now everybody's got to make furry porn online to make ends meet instead of putting furry porn at the top of a religious building, you know? It's a fucked up world we're living in. Anyway. None of these people actually care about art? Yeah, obviously. Why would they care about art when they don't even care about natural art? I.e., the fact that we have a fucking planet. And we have all manner of flora and fauna on it that allows us to continue to live, much less the other fauna and flora on the planet to live. Motherfuckers will see cornstarch put on stones, and then when sea levels rise and erode the fucking sides of a mountain that causes a landslide that kills thousands in a city somewhere, you know, zipped lips, mum's the word. That didn't happen, actually, when those stones were damaged. Ay. If you're going to get equally in trouble for simple protests and stuff like this, might as well do stuff like this. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Like, I feel like you can critique the method, but, like, at a certain point, critiquing the method, you're just, like, talking shit with no actual result. Like, if you feel like this is either not doing anything or detrimental to the cause, you chirping about it online is, like, doing even less. You know? Like, you're optics frogging right now. This is gonna be easily cleaned off. Evidently, it's cornstarch, so a gentle rain will apparently clean it, is what I'm hearing. But this person said they damaged the Stonehenge. Man, people are crazy. The orange cornflower we used will soon wash away with the rain. The urgent need for effective government action to mitigate the catastrophic consequences of the climate and the ecological crisis will not. Wait, why is there context added here? Nobody cares. This context does nothing. Community notes. They're addressing the claim that the Stonehenge was damaged when they're claiming it is not because the cornflower will wash away with the rain. They're not arguing about the legality or illegality of the action, you stupid motherfuckers. Get me on the goddamn community note team. These people don't know what they're doing. It's not damaged. Also, the state's gonna build something close to the Stonehenge that will damage it? I don't know anything about that, but would not shock me, I suppose. Anyway, like, and this is not even inconvenient to literally anybody. It's just, you know, people want to be mad online. Like, one of the most common methods of protest is blocking traffic. The reason being because, especially if like you're tactical in what traffic you're blocking, you can start harming the cash flow of the state and a variety of companies for which you're protesting the inaction of, you know? That's why you do it. And that is going to, you know, there's going to be a lot of, like, just people commuting from their job to go home or vice versa. They're going to be, you know, stuck there, but it is what it is. If you don't want to be stuck there, like, the people protesting, like, if they didn't have to protest, you wouldn't be stuck there, you know? I don't know why you're getting mad at the symptom instead of mad at the problem and the inaction of it. Like, protests are a symptom of a broader problem. They occur because of that broader problem. And the protesters are trying to make the problem not be a problem anymore. Like, you're on the wrong side. Man, I feel like if I was stuck in traffic behind people protesting, I feel like I'd just, like, get out onto the roof of my car and chill. Like, even if, like, I was on the way to work back when I had a day job for 10 fucking years, I'd be like, yeah, I'm stuck in a goddamn protest. It's literally, I cannot do anything about it. It is what it is. And if I get fired for that, I feel like I got a wrongful termination suit on my hands. Like, what do you want me to do? Convert this shit in real time into a flying vehicle? Yeah, you just put the brake on, put the e-brake on, climb up on top of your car and chill. I don't know. And that's not even to suggest, like, anything more than that. Because, like, road blockages are very tame when it comes to protests. Like, there's a lot of shit people have done over the years that is not as, like, savory for the average person who's going to get mad at this. That has been effective in achieving the aims of the protester, you know? Wasn't there a push to make running over protesters on the road legal in Florida? Not that it would be legal necessarily, but that you wouldn't be able to like, be brought up on charges for it or some shit like that. It's like there's a distinction there, I think. Because I think to suggest that it's legal to do it feels like there's a law in the books that says you are allowed to run over protesters if they're blocking your path. Whereas they would word it like you just can't like be tried for that. But essentially, yeah, it's the same thing. Actually, you're mandated in Florida to run over people blocking the road. Even if they got into a car accident, you know? You just bash through their car, and you're completely fine. Insurance will cover your repairs, too. You know what's crazy? Florida will be the first state to feel the full effects of climate change due to rising sea levels. Yeah, I mean, that place, it's... The hubris of man is the only reason Florida exists as, like, a civilization. It's the same for, like, Arizona. And, you know, they will get their comeuppance at one point or another. And it's going to be a lot of people caught as collateral. It's not good. But, I mean, such is life, I guess. That's why I'm not living there. If you're stuck there, that's a problem. Just gonna quickly, you know, take a very moderation action on that one. Anyway. It's dumb. I'm not going to get mad about some dust being put on some stones. That's going to wash away with the rain. It's just not... I don't have enough brain power to be mad at this. All that brain power that I'd use to be mad about this, I'm using to be mad about the fact that the inaction on climate change is going to leave a less and less habitable planet for the people on the planet. And a lot of people are going to suffer as a result. Like, that's what I'm mad about. That's what's occupying a lot of my brain power right now.